welcome everyone. I'm enjoying this dance music, hyping myself up for the afternoon. We have two beautiful gentlemen waiting in the backstage, and I will be bringing them up. They will have a discussion about a beautiful topic, resourcefulness, one of my favorites. We are working at the Global Empowerment Hub on bringing you more and more resources every single year. And now you have like around 600 hours of value and resource to watch and people to reach and connect with. So I'm really, really happy for all the speakers coming on board, almost 600 who have been providing value and resources for this community in the last 4 years. So without further ado, let's bring up first Stephen, one of the one of the speakers today, and then I will also add money, and the stage will be theirs for around 20 minutes, and they will be sharing about resourcefulness. Hi, Stephen. How are you today?
Hello, how are you doing? And Andrea, hope you are feeling amazing. I know that you have been running the back-to-back shows the last since yesterday, right?
Yes, already 12 hours gone and 6 hours more, so already 18 hours live streaming. But you know, that's not like last year for 6 weeks, so I'm still okay. I never will do it again. It was good 2 times, 5 weeks and 6 weeks, but yeah, never again. I don't advise to anyone to do the same. It's not
Only
healthy.
the greatest can do it. Only the greatest can do it.
Okay, I will be bringing up Money and my beautiful friend who was helping us with one of the years with gamification, and he's coming back this year. I'm so happy to welcome him again, and they will be having a discussion together. So, Money, I will be bringing you up in a discussion, and the stage will be yours.
Hey Andrea, how are you?
Oh, good. Thank you so much. I will be going backstage and supporting you from there. Have a beautiful discussion.
Thank you, thank you.
Thank you,
Hey
Andrea.
Stephen, how are you doing?
Hey, Money, how you doing?
Great, man.
Great.
Looks like the topic given to us has been very interesting and a lot of things to share. In fact, we also have to take care of the time. So looking at all these things, I'm just coming up with a very basic question. Before we get into, maybe you would like to quickly share something about yourself. That would be great.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I'm based in Melbourne. I'm a business coach looking at profit, but not looking at profit, but looking at everything else that contributes to profit, like leadership, communication, risk management, system structures, and mindset, which is really, really cool stuff and something that the business really, really require. And that's what I do for my business. And what about you? Can you share a bit about yourself, Money?
Oh, great. Thanks, Stephen, for asking that. I'm a mentor and I work with founders, helping them transform their ideas into startups. And my key focus is on business modeling, innovation, and growth. This is what I do. And definitely, I'll try to share some insights from my experience of being with this. And great to talk to you on this show, and great to have you along with me on the show. Thank you.
Likewise, well, great to be here and sharing the stage with you as well, which is absolutely amazing.
Wonderful. So with this, I'm actually curious to know. Let me introduce the topic. The topic today is resourcefulness in this multicultural world. The topic itself is so vibrant, so diverse. I mean, there's so many cues that come to my mind when I think of it. But I'm always looking at one question, right? Who is a resourceful person, and is resourcefulness a leadership skill? What are your views on that?
Really good question to start off the conversation, Money, which is really good. Thank you for asking that. Who is a resourceful person? I think if you take a step back, let's be clear about what is a resourceful person, right? What is resourcefulness, right? To me, I think everyone will have a little bit different definition. But for me, a resourceful is something about having the ability to actually finding ways to overcome a problem. Yeah, that's being resourceful. And I think who is a resourceful person? Someone that is I think all of us are a resourceful person. Given that we have enough leverage or enough priority, we find some things to get done, right? If it's not a priority for us, then we won't have the commitment to actually finding the way to do the thing, right? So it's and you mentioned that about is resourcefulness a leadership skill. I think that actually is I really believe that resourceful is a leadership skill. right? It's one of the leadership skills that you need to have to overcome challenges, to solve problems, to to achieve the goals and targets that you have, right? Um, some of the things that I can think of right now, key ones are, being adaptable. We are in a very dynamic environment, always changing, right, Money? And you know this as well, that we are, the world that we live in is always constantly changing. So we got to be really adaptable and being resourceful, finding new ways to do things and to be adaptable to the new ways of doing things, right? And also we got to be, and along those lines, then we have setbacks and challenges, right? Because it's we as there's always going to be challenges and setbacks, right? And you got to be resilient. Yeah, leader go first, right? Leader become resilient, and then your team that follows you become more resilient as well, right? And it's about being resourceful and finding and being resourceful help to learn from all these experiences, right? And then start to adapt your strategies as well to become more resilient, right? And and creativity comes into play as well. So look, I'm curious to know from you, Mani, from a creativity aspect, right? How do you think creativity is different from resourcefulness?
Wow, that's a very interesting question. Yeah, a couple of thoughts came to my mind, but let me explain it in a simple way. Uh, uh, Let me step back and say, see, creativity is usually uh, basically creating something which is new or unusual or original or different, right?
Mm,
Just getting things done to the world, right? That's
mm,
all being creative, and more adding that human element, trying to make it more human centric, can actually gets the wow factor in it. So that's all. I mean, in a nutshell, is about creativity. But resourcefulness is the ability, as you rightly said, to solve the problem. But I would like to add one or two little points to that, or maybe to handle the situations with the limited resources. So to me, it actually brings a bigger horizon of resourcefulness to be also understand the limited resources and try to get the maximum out of it, right? And the skill to understand what resources you have, how you can
mm,
manage resources, how you can get
mm,
about it. So so if you put in a kind of a uh, like a connect with both of that, see, most often people in the world are resourceful, right? And they become leaders. And when they get to that level, they start bringing up the creative solutions. And that's what I've been learning, and I've been seeing, I've been observing from all the uh, learnings from the world so far.
mm,
But in a way, I would like to sum it up saying someone who's creative is already, he or she is already resourceful, right? But when the other way around is like maybe resourceful person, he or she may not be creative, right? So that's how I would like to tag both of them, the creativity and resourcefulness. And one last point on resourcefulness is, if you are resourceful and you can cope of deprivation, right? It can
mm,
be a virtue to open doors to more significant accomplishments you can do. It's more like trying to get things done in the best possible way you never thought of.
mm,
As I was talking about this thing, a couple of things that are coming to my mind, Stephen. Like, see, typically this resourcefulness, all these things can come when we have diverse cultures and people from multiple cultures. We typically see in offices and societies where we live in. So again, this brings to me a question to you, like
mm,
multiculturalism and
mm.
how benefits a business. Because you are always talking about the profit, right? So I want to just put you on the point saying that how this multiculturalism brings the benefits to a business. Your views will be
Yeah.
up. Thank you.
Yeah. So I think in this day and age, there's so many cultures that work in one organization or business, or in the society, right? So basically, coming back to your point about what is multiculturalism, right? Um, it's about a number of cultures, right? And when I say cultures, I'm thinking about backgrounds. You coming from a different background, even from a from a Chinese background, right? From a Chinese background, from China, from Malaysia, from other, different backgrounds as well, right? From a Chinese ethnicity or, similar ethnicity, or even your beliefs, right? That's a different culture as well. And the way you do things, your practices, right? That's what I'm thinking of from a culture perspective. And when you have a number of different cultures and getting together and coexist in a society, in a business, in a company, that's what multiculturalism for me it's like. And if you look around us as well, I think most of us will have that similar experience where people from a different backgrounds, different cultures, working together for one purpose or one goal, right? So how does it benefit the business? Wow, it's the business. The benefit is unlimited, right? We're talking about different perspective. One thing can be looked at from a different angle, and then everyone put into a different perspective based on their culture, based on their background, based on their beliefs, and look at things differently. And that come back to our point initially, right? That about creativity, and that brings a whole new level of dimension of creativity that to solve a problem, to overcome a challenge, finding new ways, to solve a problem as well, and that's really powerful. Yeah, and that's really powerful. And then you open up your horizon of ways to doing things differently as well, and to move things forward a lot quicker, a lot faster for the business. So that's really important, and that massively impacts the business in a positive way. Another thing I can think of right now, which I think a lot of the audience will resonate, is providing a better customer support, right? And having that culture that speaks to your audience, to your client, that builds greater rapport for the business. And if you're in the sales side of the business, that build greater rapport, and then you have more sales, right? So I think that would brings a lot more benefit to the business. Yeah. What do you think, Mani?
Yeah, definitely. You actually coined a great point, building a culture, mainly connecting customer service, right? That's the way where your customer recalls your brand, right?
Yeah.
And actually multiplies your profits. I really love that point. Thanks for sharing that, Stephen. So
You are
good.
welcome. You're welcome. And I was just thinking as you're sharing that, right? What happens when we both, when we put together, right, the multiculturalism that we are speaking about here, and also the resourcefulness, right? What do you think will happen, and what's the key takeaways that you can share with the audience here?
Oh, definitely. I have some pointers to that. Let me share. Resourcefulness is typically one of the top soft skill that is identified for professionals today across the globe, mainly to overcome challenges or solving problems in an effective way. And in many ways, this is directly linked to the performance, development, and career success of individuals, right? And that's how companies, multi-brand companies, global companies, multinational companies are looking at people who can handle these kind of challenges, right? And in an ever-changing global economy, the ability to be resourceful is always looked at on a personal trait, right? And this also fosters individuals to create, to innovate, and ultimately solve the problems for the companies, right? So this is how deeply resourcefulness is being regarded in various dimensions of how people work in companies, or companies look at people, the power of people. All these things are deeply connected. Now, when I take this one step further to multiculturalism, the essence is all about multicultural societies, right? Where we have people, where a lot of things are characterized by people, different races, ethnicities, and nationalities living together, again in the same community, right? So all this happens in the same community. I would say there are a lot of benefits that comes from multiculturalism in being part of such societies or such communities. One greatest learning I always say is like this kind of a setup of multicultural community, or this kind of a framework, brings a lot of open-mindedness among individuals, when you're working with different people, you're able to accommodate the beliefs, the cultures, the values. You become very open-minded. You become a very broad person to work with the people and easy to work with people. And the other side, it also discourages a lot of negative stereotypes, right? This is a big issue where people get to kind of an edge where they cannot take it any further, right? So those things can be eliminated by being part of multicultural societies or communities, or and having that in close to your facilities is a blessing. Actually, you learn a lot of things in one shot. But I could say what people can quickly get as a 5 principles to learn. One, they learn about diversity. They learn about harmony, being harmonious and how it can be. They learn about equality. They learn about resources. They learn about overcoming barriers by talking to different people, how you have to present to people, how you have to make it work and all.
Mm.
And if you look at, in reality, managing all of them effectively is being resourceful, right? So this actually draws a line to the entire situation or entire context I'm talking. The merrier the multicultural society, the joyous are the resourceful people. That's how I see it. Hope I answered your question.
Really good.
Uh,
Really good. Thank you.
and when I was thinking about this, right, this multicultural community, when I'm in the vicinity, I'm getting so much of things and all, but I'm always posed with a question like, where do I start? Where do I get this benefit? What do I do? What are the things I have to look at? So maybe I would like to request you to share a list of few business activities that can be done as an individual to master this resourcefulness and multiculturalism. Maybe that would be a great support for a lot of viewers who are following us on this show. Over to you, Mr.
Mani, that is a very, very good question. Things that business can do to master the resourcefulness and also the multiculturalism. I think we all need to be realistic in terms of what master means, right? And before we master, we need to improve first. Keep on improving and improving, and not putting yourself the pressure to be really, in the mastery level, right? So I guess to have master or improvement of resourcefulness and multiculturalism, the first thing I can think of is invest in personal development, right? I'm huge in personal development, right? Whether you're in business, your business will not outgrow you, right? You need to develop yourself to have, to embrace resourcefulness, right? To embrace different cultures, to appreciate other cultures as well. Whether you're in career, it's the same thing, because your career will not outgrow you, right? It's a reflection of who you are in your business, or who you are in the career. So definitely, and from a business perspective, invest in personal development for yourself as a business owner, or invest in your staff's personal development. And that's really important to level up their level of resourcefulness, their mindset, really. Yeah. And also, get them to embrace better in terms of multiculturalism and the benefits that comes on along, like what you mentioned, the money. And that's really, really important. Number one is to invest in personal development. And look, there's a lot of businesses out there that are doing this already. But I'm also aware that there's not a lot of businesses that are doing it. Like, invest more in workshops that, to solve a problem, a real life problem in the business that they are facing at the moment. Yeah, invest in those workshops to bring along different, backgrounds, cultures, to solve a problem. Look at a different lens, and that will then, get the whole team embrace that, differences, the variety, the diversity, right? And that's really important, and brings everyone closer as well to solve the problem that the business, or the business is facing. Look, I like to see more of this, right? I like to see more of hackathons, which is really important. And it's a fun way to solve a problem, right? And hackathon means something that is doing well, and see how you can make it better, right? And finding new ways to overcome a challenge to make it better, or to find new ways to innovate to make it better as well. right? So hackathon is really, really cool things to do, to break it apart and see what goes wrong and how can improve it. That taps into that level of resourcefulness and also the multiculturalism that we're speaking about here, right? Another thing that I can think of is, what, food gets people together, right? I love my food, so bringing a plate to the company, to your workplace is absolutely wonderful, and get people to and appreciate the different cultures as well from the food that we all have and we all love. Yeah. Another thing is celebrate festivities, right? The one that we had recently, Diwali, right? Happy Diwali to you as well, Mani. And that's what I'm going to. We are celebrating Diwali at a friend's place afterwards. So getting people together and celebrate and embrace and understand their festivities and what it means, the festival, and what it means, right, from a Chinese perspective, and from a Chinese New Year perspective, from a Diwali perspective, and all those things, and that will get us embrace more and understand more about the other cultures as well, right? What do you think?
Thank you. Thanks, Stephen. That was really amazing, and you nailed the point of hackathons that are really changing the way things can be done, right? And also love the food point that you brought in across the multiculturals. We can enjoy great food, and definitely, yeah, Diwali was a great treat. Thanks for the wishes. Yeah.
You're welcome, Ani. You're welcome, Ani. No, look, I think we spoke a lot in the last one. I don't know how long we spoke about, but if you sum it up, what are the 5 key takeaways from your perspective from this session, right, for business owners of Korea?
Yep, definitely. As you rightly pointed, time is pressing, so I'll just try to quickly wrap it up. I'll just try to take the model of a startup, right? It's easy and it's quick for people to connect with it because a lot of them are already doing startups and they're already entrepreneurs. So typically, if you take the case of a startup for an entrepreneur, first it gives, if you are resourceful, if the founder is resourceful, firstly it gives the edge on what went right and what went wrong, to have list of things, because it's all about getting things done and getting things in a way, right? And second, when you have a team with a multicultural skills, right? Then and as you rightly said in the start of the session, customer behavior is a valuable asset for any idea to go to the market, because end of the day, it's the customer who accepts the idea or the product or the service. And that's when you start building your idea into a startup or building into a business and trying to scale it up. So, but end of the day, you can know your customer better. You can do a greater customer discovery or a better customer discovery when you have a very good multicultural team, right? So to sum it up, it both having a strength of resourcefulness and multiculturalness, entrepreneurs or startups can have a quick reflection of how things went and what was the actual plan. And this gives them ability to unlearn, learn, and relearn, depending on the situation, and make things happen for them. But just to sum it up, the 5 key takeaways being resourceful in a multicultural world are: the team becomes open-mindedness and they welcome adversities. That's one biggest strength of any team, right? And then the teams can maximize the use of available resources. They adapt to changing circumstances. They are not fear of failures. They want to step over failures to be successful. And they bring out creative solutions just like they're around the corner, right? You just go there and they're there, right? It's that's the power of it. And as I said, finally, better customer discovery to have greater customers. So I think I'm sure these are the list of 5 we got, and that's what I have to share. Thank you for asking that. Over to you, Stephen.
That's really good, Mani. That's really good. Hey, Andrea.
I'm just popping up. Still continue.
No, I absolutely love. There's so much. It's an amazing topic, And I think half an hour is not enough. I think we need 5 hours, because this is a wonderful topic. We can go on for days and for hours, right? So
no worries. Thank you so much for the share, and I love the conversation. I think people have to rewatch because it's also a very deep topic. I think resourcefulness, it can have so many angles and so many things, right, that is behind it. So I would like to bring you back, but now we don't have enough time. So what we will be doing is that I will be just finishing this session. Thank you so much for Mani and Stephen for being here, and please reach out to them on LinkedIn. Mani Lakarayu and Stephen So, they are on LinkedIn very active, so you can find them there. And I will be really, really happy to have you another time to continue this conversation. And thank you for the audience. And sorry for the background kitchen noise because it's weekend, so we have someone eating, of course.
It's all good. It's all good. This is live, right? And that's
right. This is diversity. We cannot stop living just because I have this crazy idea to empower others. Thank you so much, guys, for being here, and I appreciate you on a Saturday. Have a beautiful celebration with your friends, Stephen, and Mani, have a beautiful time with your family, and see you again. Thank you so much, guys.
Nice joining. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Here we go. We finished today. For this afternoon session part, we will go with a little break for a 30-minute break, and then we will be coming back again at 4 p.m. with effective cross-cultural communication, and then legacy building. We are going to Africa, and then we will be having creative inclusive products and services. Then we will be also talking about diversification for innovative future of innovators. And then we will be having a little bit of meditation, and we will be having Lauren with us, and some of you are at 6:30. And then again a little break, and then we'll talk about this later. See you for the 4 between 6:30 timing for another exciting afternoon. And thank you so much for sticking around, for watching this. If you watch this live, please just comment and keep engaging. We will be back around, like this, sitting around 30 minutes. And after that, I will be introducing the first panel at 10 p.m. And then for the meeting, don't forget to come for the networking session, which will be from 10 p.m. If you have a ticket, we got already the access codes. So see you guys, have a beautiful break, and see you very, very soon with other sessions. Thank you guys. Thank you for the support, for everyone who's here, Angela and Krishan and Pimpong and the team, and also Shrikar and Ditri and Jack and Alchan, the usual supporters. And thank you so much. Bye-bye.